Good evening. Thank you for coming to the regular council meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order. We have a full quorum this evening. Joe, would you say the invocation, please?
Father, we just come to you and we just thank you again for the privilege to serve our community. We just ask that you be in this meeting and bless it, that you help us to keep focused on the things that you would have us do to serve, to make good decisions, and to honor the positions that have been given us. We just thank you for all the blessings. We thank you for this rain and for the nourishment for the soil. Just keep us safe in all that we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there any communications from the audience? No. Okay. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes from the regular council meeting from April the 16th.
I'll make a motion to accept them.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion. Okay. There's been a bit of misunderstanding regarding the road work being done. The city does not haphazardly or randomly make the decisions on start and stop dates. Those are out of our control. We get the information out the best way we know how to let everyone know what is going on through council meetings, IPOA meetings, and social meeting posts. The grant management company manages the money while the engineering firm does the design, quotes the jobs, and is supposed to manage the projects. Camelot Dam has been a comedy of errors. The contractor missed 2 engineering change orders. There was a long lead time for the valve, the thimble, and then the screw rod that did not get ordered initially. The overflow box was built 2 feet too high. The secondary overflow on the road was 2 feet too low, and we would have had to have everyone's docks underwater and water in their yard if the overflow box had been left as it was. There were channels in the sidewalls for sluice gates to hold water back in the event that the valve needed maintenance. The contractor built a cement wall in those channels. They tore that out before they found out that the wall was 2 feet too high. So there was a delay while the structural engineers went back and worked on a solution. That solution didn't work, and the entire box had to be demolished and rebuilt from scratch. So here we are. I do not have a tentative completion date. They're way behind, and they're moving as fast as they can. There was the closing of Galahad Dam that caused some unhappiness in the community. The dam had to be closed so that we could get the much-needed maintenance done before construction began on the S-turn between Tristan Dam and Chanticleer. This had to be done because of the disruption that's already going to happen. The work from Tristan Dam through the S-turn is part of a larger grant that was in engineering until recently. The delay starting this project was due to the engineering firm being slow finishing the design. As a result, the project has a hard finish date of the end of October. Any delays fall squarely on the shoulders of the engineering firm. But we are going into the rainy season, and we will have some bad weather days. Lake Ivanhoe Dam, construction seemed to be going according to plan until yesterday when it came to light that they are now waiting for a custom rubber gasket to fit between the thimble and the bulkhead. You can see that they're making a great deal of progress when you drive across a low water crossing. I don't have a timeline for completion of Camelot, but Ivanhoe Dam is rumored to be done by the end of August if we get that rubber gasket in. We recently hit a snag with our Justice of the Peace. The JPs will not be magistrating our Class B Class B and above warrants any longer, and we're in the process of trying to work through those issues right now. They just did a hard stop. On May the 6th, I received a letter from the Sheriff's Department, nothing from the JPs, but we have to use a municipal judge for all of our Class B warrants and above. We've only had 20 or so in the last 4 years, so it's still an issue, but we'll work our way through it. Chief, do you have yes, sir? Do y'all have any questions about the report I just gave? Okay.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. All right, so last month we had 47 calls, 34 citations issued, 28 warnings were issued. We had 1 felony arrest for arson. We were able to close that out, get an arrest on that, as well as a burglary of habitation warrant as well. It's been a busy month. Reserves are coming in, doing their time, doing good. We're seeing uptakes in the speeders over on Camelot, so we are watching Camelot pretty heavy with the detour going on, and we're getting into that part of the year where we're gonna start seeing more and more golf carts. Just make sure the golf carts you have a driver's license, and following all the regular traffic laws, and also your dogs. Make sure your dogs have their vaccinations, and we wanna make sure that we can bring down the golf carts. Nothing else for me?
Thank you, sir.
Any questions? That's it.
David? I don't know if that microphone was working, was it?
I turned it on.
I know, but
Pop it a little bit, see, there. There you go.
okay, never mind.
All right. Last month, we initiated 23 new work orders. We had 6 of those were street repairs, 6 more were drainage issues, 3 were culvert evaluations, 3 were culvert installations, 3 potholes, 3 pothole repair orders, 1 work order signage, and 1 for overhanging limbs. So we were pretty busy. Out of those, 8 have been completed, 4 are in progress, and we have 11 pending. I don't like those numbers. I like what to be just reversed, but not bad for 2 people out there working. We're solving that issue very shortly, bringing on 2 new folks at least. I hope. So we should be back up to the proper strength to get caught up.
So it's 2 and you,
Pardon me?
2 and you.
No. With 2 and me, and then.
2 more.
where we're gonna
2 more,
go.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right now, though, right now it's 2.
Right now, it's just me and 2 more. They put out 15 tons of limestone, 3 tons of asphalt. By the way, that 3 tons of asphalt was in 50-pound bags. So that's a lot of asphalt to put out by hand. 8 tons of 3x5 ballast rock, 2 tons of concrete by hand, and 5 tons of reclaimed road material. This reclaimed road material doesn't cost us a dime, and we're getting more and more of it off each one of these jobs that they're doing for us, and it's really beginning to show us what we can do with it, so we're gonna continue to use that. Pretty much.
Question about reclaimed.
Sure.
They're about to start tearing up a lot of the road between Warren and down there. I mean, all that asphalt road's gonna get tore up. Are we gonna have a chance maybe to get any of that reclaimed?
I doubt it very seriously. Most of it, I'm sure, has been spoken for.
Really?
Those larger companies like that, regrind it, add some oil to it, and sell it back to us as asphalt.
Okay.
That's good business.
Okay, I'm just curious if there's any way to get in the middle of that.
No, but I have been talking with TxDOT as far as our standing goes and making some headway. They have a program that entities like ours can get a certain amount of material at the end of each year. And it's quite a bit.
Okay.
So we're working on that, maybe some paperwork you have to sign later. We're gonna try and push that through.
Awesome.
That would certainly help.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Have we used our reclaimer yet?
Not yet,
Not yet.
Not yet, but we have had him out. We do have the roads, I think, picked. And, he is gonna actually come out, Joe's gonna come out and run it for us, so it's gonna work out well.
Good.
He claims we can do roads such as 27ths, 28ths in one day.
Oh, wow.
So that 30 days feels like it just got stretched to about 120.
Yeah.
So we can do a lot more. I really thought it was gonna take 4 to 5 days per road, but we'll see.
Okay, awesome.
It's good news. Any more questions on the roads?
I forgot to mention Toller Road, the $2 million grant that Joe got to rebuild the one-lane bridge into a two-lane cement bridge to TxDOT specs. I don't have a start date for that. I don't know that the engineering has been done yet, but they have been awarded the money, and it's been approved, and the project is being designed.
That will definitely help out.
Yes, sir.
Gives us a few more different ways in and out. Good, good. And with the new construction coming through that, that's gonna be a big help. Okay. No more questions? Moving on to the dams. I know, because everybody else in town has noticed, that we opened up the valves. We opened up the valves on Charmaine and Galahad to be prepared for possible heavy rainfall and heavy accumulation of rainfall over the next week. Just to be on the safe side. We've also opened the valve on Tristan, the dam that is under construction. Reason for this is the contractor asked us to do so they can start to work next week. They're gonna start getting into the meat of the matter, so to speak, and they need that water down about 2 to 4 feet. This was what
How
we
far?
can get.
Wow.
2 to 4 feet. On
Man.
Tristan.
Is that gonna affect our fishing?
Significantly.
It might make it easier, I don't know.
You might have to go waders.
But, yeah, they need it down as far as we can get it. And the way the substructure is built, I'm thinking more like 3 feet. I know that's not a big help, but it doesn't sound near as bad.
Have to add a little more rope to the boat.
And then normally, that was pretty quick to drain, so we're gonna keep a close eye on it. If it's going too fast, we'll slow it down a little bit, give everybody time to get their stuff out. Okay. Camelot, of course, is under construction. We're not doing anything with it. And Lake Avenue is under construction. There's nothing for us to open there. That's it for the dams. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item 4, there's nothing new from P and Z. Yes, sir, you're up.
Thanks for having me. My name is Dan Rainey. I'm the audit partner at Golf and Harrington. This will be our 3rd year, I believe, to do the audit with the help of Mr. Heinzen and his firm. So I'll go really quickly through the audit, and that's good news. That means that I don't have anything negative to report. Audit went well, the financials are strong, and we did not have any findings or any issues. So if you want to flip along with me, we'll start on page 1, which is our audit opinion. Which, as I mentioned, it's an unmodified opinion, which simply means we didn't have any reason to modify it. No negative items, no findings, nothing that requires any kind of special language or modification. So that's a good grade. Right behind that starts the management's discussion and analysis section. And this is a required part of a governmental audit. Just kind of hits the highlights of the financial data that follows, which begins on page 10. pages 10 and 11 are government-wide statements. So these encompass everything the city has. All of the funds, the legs, everything, the grants are all encapsulated in these sets of financials. So we'll look at the first on page 10. Total assets at year end was just a little above $13 million compared to total liabilities of just over 2. So that's a great ratio. We look at page 11, kind of that last column there, we see the net of all. We had a net increase in governmental activities of $3.2 million. When we add in our property taxes, our other taxes and fees, excuse me, that brings our total change to about $4.2 million. So that's what we increased our net position during the year. And keep in mind, a lot of that is related to grant funding that is capital in nature. So we recognize the revenue, but we don't have an expense to offset it. And that expense will come over time as those projects complete and we depreciate them. Any questions on that statement?
No, sir.
The next statement is called the fund statement. And it's the same information just without all of the long-term assets and long-term liabilities. So this is considered a modified cash statement.
What page is that?
Page 12. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Page 12 is the governmental fund balance sheet. And you can see it's broken down by the respective funds. So we'll kind of pay attention to that very first column, which is your general fund. We had total assets of about $850,000 compared to liabilities of only $24,053. Gives us an unassigned fund balance in the general fund of $526,672. And then over on page 13, the last column, when we add all of the funds in, we have a total fund balance of everything of $654,798. And then if you flip over to page 15, this is the income statement by fund, and this is, again, the same information we looked at earlier, except we do recognize the expenses for those capital expenditures in this statement. So looking at the last column on page 16, we had $5.6 million of total revenues. 4.5 of that was grant related, federal grant related. We had about $5.5 million, almost $5.6 million in total expenditures. So we changed our fund balance only $45,320, but it was a positive change. Left us with a very healthy fund balance of $654,790. Any questions on the fund statements? Behind that are notes to the financials. There were no new notes, no new accounting policies. So you wouldn't mind flipping all the way back to the
I may have one question. So, the fund balance of $654,000, which is almost a year's worth of our revenue, how does that look versus other communities our size?
It's very healthy. So the optimal balance or the
Ratio?
threshold where you don't want to fall below is about 3 months worth of capital, of regular operating expenditures. So you've got about 12 months. worth.
Okay.
So yes, sir, I think you're in very good shape.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So we'll flip all the way back to page 34. We do issue 2 additional opinions as part of the audit. The first on page 34 is required by the governmental auditing standards. And this just requires that we look at the city's internal controls, specifically as they relate to compliance. And we did that, we did our testing. All of our tests yielded positive results, and all of our control testing proved that the controls were effective. So we had no findings, no issues there. And then over on page 36, because the city spent more than $1 million in federal funds during the year, we had to do a single audit, and we did do that. We tested the major grant programs, and again, had no findings, no issues, no problems.
Is that an in-out test, kind of a funds in, funds out, and kind of doing that
It
kind
is. So what, yes, sir. The Single Audit Act is a pretty stringent requirement, and we have about 7 different requirements to audit as part of the single audit. And I know that sounded kind of redundant, but anyway, it's pretty stringent, and they line out exactly what we have to do and how we have to test and which areas of the programs we're required to look at. And that differs based on program. So this program has a specific set of requirements. to be able
So it's really watching the money in out on federal grants
It's
and
exactly
payments. So
right.
all this fund money that we have coming in and going out, it's looking at that and making sure that we're managing that in and out
Yes,
well.
making sure that you're spending it properly and you're spending it within the requirements of the federal grants.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
And again, I'll mention we had no findings, no issues. Shoved in the back is a little letter, two-page letter there that, is our tool to provide to you, the city council, how the performance of the audit went. And obviously, it says it went great, and we didn't have any issues. We did not have any audit adjustments. As I mentioned earlier, Mr. Heineman was very helpful in the process. That's a pretty good relationship.
Awesome.
That's all I've got, unless you guys have any questions.
No. it's right there. Thank you. Anybody?
So I have a motion to accept the audit.
I make a motion, we accept the audit as written.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Safe travels.
Thank you, have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Be safe. Who's doing the financial report? You?
Well, I'm doing the treasurer's report for Haley this evening. She had a function with her children at school. All financial documents and bank statements were sent to council May 18th, along with the accountant financial reports and reconciliation details for each account. The city received $9,308 this month from the state comptroller for sales and use taxes that were collected in March and reported to the comptroller in April. April ad valorem taxes were received May the 5th, totaling $20,559, with $16,835 going to maintenance and operations, and $3,724 going towards interest and sinking. We received no payments for Ivanhoe North. Texas class interest rates have remained the same for the month of April. After reviewing the totals for the various departments' budgets are correct, the bank statements have been reconciled, and I believe April financials can be approved. Can I have a motion to approve the April financials?
I motion that we approve it.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Excuse me.
That concludes my business. Is there any discussion before?
One question.
Yes, sir.
What is it with Ivanhoe North?
It's, when the city was formed, there were two sections, Ivanhoe 1 and Ivanhoe 2, or Ivanhoe North, Ivanhoe South. Chuck, you might be able to share some light on that. You were here during that time.
It's just Ivanhoe and Ivanhoe North.
It was just Ivanhoe and Ivanhoe North. Ivanhoe North is not part of IPOA, and I don't know why their taxes are running so far behind, but there's about somewhere between $200,000 and $300,000 worth of back taxes owed from Ivanhoe North. So that's all I know about it.
So it's just two entities within the city, two separate structures based on?
No, it's all one Ivanhoe. It's all one city of Ivanhoe now, but.
But the
when-
tax entity looks at them as two different.
No. It's referred to North Ivanhoe because these taxes were owed prior to the city becoming incorporated.
Gotcha.
Explains it.
So,
The full amount was owed before it became city.
that's my understanding, yes, sir.
Okay.
We were two small cities and we combined.
Yeah. So to be incorporate, they had, at one time, there were two Ivanhoes, two mayors, two sets of different governments, and then they merged. And
Wow.
it became what it is today.
Interesting. Okay. That's history that I didn't know.
Yeah, me either.
Thank you, Chuck. All right,
I make a motion that we adjourn into the rain.
okay, second.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Okay, Jim, enjoy.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's on the beach. He's not raining there. I'll just send something to you, comments. It's not a whole lot. I mean, I think you did a good job looking at it, but I mean, I think there's just, one of the things I was gonna talk to with David is, or with you and David is, looks like we're behind on, both repairs and personnel on the road crew. And there's about
We're way
40
behind.
grand there, like 30 or 40 grand. Do we buy a mini cultivator with that?
We have a capital equipment fund where we have the money that we could buy a Mini X if we chose to.
Because we're gonna spend 12 grand. I think that's where they're gonna spend that money, a lot of it on the Mini X, right, to fix it, because that's where we send a lot of the repairs.
Hey, David, drag a chair up.
I know, I'm asking questions, and